ஆண்டாள் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஆழ்வார் திருடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருடிகளே சரணம், பெரியவாச்சான் பிள்ளை திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம். ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணார்ணவம் இதீந்திர பிரவணம் வந்தே ரம்ய ஜாமாதரம் முனிம் ரம்ய ஜாமாத்திரி யோகீந்திர பாத ரேகாமயம் சதா ததா யத்தாத்ம சத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜ முனிம் பஜே. லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாத யாமுன மத்தியமாம் அஸ்மத் ஆச்சாரிய பரியந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பராம். யோ நித்யமச்சுத பதாம்புஜ யுக்மருக்ம व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये. मातापिता युवतयस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेरुकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगळं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना. भूतं शरश्च महताह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेण परकाल यतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्. அல்லினால் தாமரைமேல் ஆரணங்கினின் துணைவி மல்லி நாடாண்ட மடமையில் மெல்லியடால் ஆயர் குலவேந்தனாகத்தால் தென்புதுவை வேயர் பயந்த விளக்கு கோலச்சுரிசங்கை மாயன் செவ்வாயின் குணம் வினமும் சீலத்தினள் தென் திருமல்லி நாடி செழுங்குழல் மேல் மாலைத்தொடை தென்னரங்கரை கீயும் மதிப்புடைய சோலைக்கிளி அவள் துயனற்பாதம் துணை நமக்கே. Some time ago, we've started a series of lectures in English on the topic of dhivyaprabandham. We've enjoyed the common Thaniyans, and then subsequently we enjoyed Tirupallandu, and then Periyalvar Thirumozhi. Now we are enjoying nAchchiyAr Thirumozhi. In this series, we are getting an idea about what each pasuram means to us. As per our Purvacharya's explanation, we are going through the simple meanings of each pasuram in dhivyaprabandham. In that, now we are enjoying nAchchiyAr Thirumozhi, which is a merciful composition by Andal nAchchiyAr. Sri Bhumi Pirati herself incarnated as Goda and blessed this world with her divine presence, and on top of that, Tirupavai and nAchchiyAr Thirumozhi, two absolutely wonderful prabandhams. Periyavachan Pillai has given detailed commentary for this nAchchiyAr Thirumozhi. We are going through the simple meanings from this commentary, and Puttur swAmy has given simple explanation in Tamil for this commentary, and we are using that as well in our explanation. In this particular initiative, the lectures themselves are done in English on the fly with the help of the original commentaries or commentaries from later times. As in the case of Periyalvar Thirumozhi, we enjoyed Kanchi Swami's commentary, and now we are enjoying Periyavachan Pillai's commentary. So depending on the resources available, we will use the appropriate one. But I am translating the commentary on the fly as we go through these meanings. So the rendering is a little bit slower than usual because it takes a little time to grasp what is given in commentary and translate it on the fly. But the intent here is to create interest in Bhagavatas who don't know Tamil but want to get a gist of the pasurams. And even though many of these are translated into English, in our website, detailed translations are available for many of these prabandhams. Still, sometimes it is better to hear than read. It's always better to hear first and then go and read in the commentaries and try to understand more in depth meanings. So, this initiative here is to create the basic interest by listening for 1 hour per day. One will get good interest to know more about the pasurams, their meanings, their deeper hidden meanings, special incidents which are shown in the commentaries for pasurams. All of these are highlighted in our English explanation in these speeches, and more details can be found in the website where all of these are translated into English already. So I request all the Bhagavatas to first of all listen to these lectures, get an idea on what the pasurams are showing us, and subsequently dive into the deeper meanings by going through the English translation of the commentaries. Also, please share it with others who are interested to know our dhivyaprabandhams, our sampradayam. Without understanding dhivyaprabandhams, it's very difficult to understand our sampradayam. This is one of the major aspects in our sampradayam. We must understand Divya Prabandhams because they are the foundation for everything. All our Rahasya Granthams, all our Stotrams, everything is based on Alvar's works. So, everyone, whether they are in Uttara Bharat, Dakshina Bharat, wherever they are, east, west, north, south, and now there are many Bhagavatas even outside Bharatadesham. If there is language problem, that is, if they don't understand, if anyone don't understand Tamil, there is an option here which can be shared to those who are interested. Many of these information, many of these pasurams and their meanings, they are all available in English in our website and in our YouTube channel. So those who are already enjoying it, please share it with others, especially youngsters. The youngsters need to know Divya Prabandhams and their meanings, at least in a brief manner. So this is a good opportunity. So requesting everyone to share these videos with your friend circle, in the Bhagavatas groups, wherever possible. Please share these video links and also the YouTube channel link and our shorts, English question and answer, and many of these which are available in English. It will be very useful for many people. I request everyone to share these with other interested Bhagavatas. Now let us move on to the topic today. We are going to enjoy 7th decade of nAchchiyAr Tirumozhi, karuppUram nARumO, Kamalappu nARumO. This is the Padiham. The theme of this Padiham is Andal nAchchiyAr is now conversing with Sri Panchajanyam, Bhagavan's divine conch, which has the fortune of touching Bhagavan's lips and enjoying Bhagavan's nectar from his mouth. He has the good fortune, and seeing that fortune, Andal nAchchiyAr, Goda nAchchiyAr is asking Sri Panchajanya whether Bhagavan's divine lips and mouth, they taste like camphor, whether the lips smell like camphor or lotus flower. Because the Panchajanya, conch, had close contact with Bhagavan, Andal nAchchiyAr is asking that from him. The underlying principle is when a person wants to know more about Bhagavan, that person has to approach Bhagavatas, Acharyas, who are always engaged with Bhagavan. That is the underlying principle shown here. We cannot get authentic information, true information from those who are not totally dedicated to Bhagavan, always thinking about Bhagavan, always serving Bhagavan, going in the path of Purvacharyas, in learning these and practicing these. Unless one gets in contact with such persons, one cannot understand the true aspects about Bhagavan. And obviously, our Purvacharyas are such exalted personalities, and we are following the works of Purvacharyas and presenting those information so that our queries, our questions, our craving for knowledge will be filled, will be fulfilled by these works of Alvars and Acharyas. So that is the underlying theme here, underlying principle here. So let us first enjoy the introduction section, Avatarika, for this Padigam by Periyavachan Pillai, and then we will see brief meanings for each Pasuram with some important aspects from the commentaries. So Andal nAchchiyAr is asking Sri Panchajanyam. Panchajanyam is always said in Sampradayam as Shankat Alvan or Panchajanya Alvan. This Alvar, Alvan, these terms mean one who is immersed in Bhagavan. So even the Nitya Suris, they are all always immersed in Bhagavan. So Chakrat Alvar, Panchajanya Alvan, Garuda Alvar, Ilaya Alvar, like these names, they are for Nitya Suris also, like Ananta Alvan, that is Adisheshan. So in this manner, they are all immersed in Bhagavan. So they are also suffixed with this Alvan title. So here, Andal nAchchiyAr's great fortune is that she is asking Sri Panchajanya Alvan about interaction with Bhagavan. Unlike Sita Pirati, who had to ask a newly arrived monkey, that is Hanuman. We say Hanuman with reverence, but just to explain the difference between Panchajanya Alvan, who is a Nitya Suri, and Hanuman, who is from this world and who is in the form of a monkey. Sita Pirati had to be satisfied with asking Hanuman, who is also new to Sri Rama. He has just met Sri Rama and he has come as a messenger soon after, in a short while. Unlike that, Sri Panchajanya Alvan is an eternal associate of Bhagavan, always with Bhagavan. Nitya Suri. Nitya Suri means one who never separates from Bhagavan, who is never been placed under karma. He is always free from karma, always being in the mode of service to Bhagavan, always enjoying Bhagavan. So Andal nAchchiyAr is greatly fortunate in this case compared to Sita Pirati. Now, it looks like she almost had a union with Bhagavan because right after the Swapna Anubhavam, the enjoyment in her dream that she is getting married to Krishna, immediately if she is asking Sri Panchajanya Alvan, how is Bhagavan's nectar from his mouth? How does it taste? How does it smell? When she is asking like this, it's implied that perhaps she has had a union and she wants to cross-verify with Sri Panchajanya Alvan how Bhagavan's nectar from the divine lips, how they taste and smell. So that is first highlighted by Periyavachan Pillai. Also Periyavachan Pillai says that because it happened, everything happened in the dream, it feels as if it happened as well as it didn't happen. It is like butterflies in the stomach. Sometimes we get a special message or something, we feel like some change is happening in our stomach. That is an excitement, adrenaline, whatever they say, right? So similarly, here also Andal nAchchiyAr, she had this dream, so she feels like it didn't happen because it only happened in dream. At the same time, she has the taste still remaining in her heart. So it will feel for her that it has happened. But what happened here is in the samshlesham, in the union, she lost everything in the beginning itself. Yes, she is just having the marriage ceremony and all that in her dream. But soon after marriage, like Sita Pirati, for example, she enjoyed with Sri Rama for 12 years in Sri Ayodhya, in the palace of Dasharatha. He enjoyed for, both of them enjoyed, Sri Rama and Sita Pirati enjoyed for 12 years. But unlike that, Andal nAchchiyAr, it seems, she had that experience of marriage, but then immediately she became separated from Bhagavan. So here she is asking Sri Panchajanya Alvan about what is apt for her to enjoy. Being a wife, she can enjoy his divine lips, his nectar from the lips. She has that right. She can enjoy. But because she is not enjoying it now due to separation, she is asking Sri Panchajanya. Now, why is she asking Sri Panchajanya Alvan? That is explained beautifully by Periyavachan Pillai. In general, for example, in a king's case, they take this example of a king where when the king is in seclusion with his queen, with the queen, inside his room, which is very private, but even there will be some dwarfs, there will be some hunchback, they are all there to entertain Bhagavan. They are very confident devotees of or followers of that king. Hence, they will be allowed inside the private quarters, even after everyone is sent out. Similarly, Bhagavan also has this Sri Panchajanya, which is curved like a hunchback. So, he doesn't leave Bhagavan at any time. He is always with Bhagavan, even while Bhagavan is sleeping, while Bhagavan is resting, Bhagavan is privately speaking with Sri Mahalakshmi. In all cases, he is always with Bhagavan. So that is the first reason. Second reason, he is enjoying the aspect, divine lips, which are meant for his divine consorts. So, since Sri Panchajanya Alvan is getting that same enjoyment and is an expert in that, because Andal nAchchiyAr is one of the divine consorts, she wants to know how that enjoyment is. So she is asking him. That is the second reason. And then third reason, unlike even the divine consorts who engage with Bhagavan, even though they are always together, it's not that they are always enjoying his lips. They may be serving sometime, they may be doing activities which are pleasing for him. But unlike them, Sri Panchajanya Alvan, he is always together with Bhagavan because he is always resting on Bhagavan's hand, right? On the right hand there is Sudarshana Chakra, on the left hand there is Panchajanya Alvan, and Bhagavan doesn't let them go at all. He is always having them. So he is having Nitya Samshlesham. Even the nAchchiyArs, divine consorts, they are with Bhagavan, but they are not always embracing Bhagavan. But Panchajanya Alvan is having the fortune of having Nitya Samshlesham, always having that togetherness with Bhagavan. So these are the three reasons which are mainly highlighted. And also further, Periyavachan Pillai is explaining, whenever there is a fight, whenever there is a battle or war, at that time Sudarshana Chakra had to leave Bhagavan's divine hand, go and finish the task and then come back. Unlike that, Sri Panchajanya never leaves his hand also. That is a speciality of Panchajanya. Even if he has to kill somebody or cause fear in somebody's mind, Bhagavan will just blow the conch. So there is no separation. Even in that case, there is no separation. So that is another speciality of Panchajanya Alvan. For example, we see in Bhagavad Gita that Krishna took his Panchajanya and blew it, and all the kings, Duryodhana and all his brothers, their heart became broken. They couldn't recover from that blow. That blowing that conch was like a blow on their chest, which broke them. So even for destroying the enemies, he didn't have to leave Bhagavan's hand. So these are all some specialities of Panchajanya Alvan. And also sometimes when someone prays to Bhagavan that you hide the conch and chakra, Bhagavan will hide, but they will not be visible for enemies like Kamsa. But the Gopikas and others, for them, they will be visible. Here it is talking about Devaki and Vasudeva. They prayed to Bhagavan when he appeared with all his ornaments, all his weapons, four hands, and all that. So when he took birth, he was like that only. Immediately, Vasudeva and Devaki prayed to Krishna, hide these divine aspects and just be like a small human boy. Then he hid them. But still, sometimes when he wanted to show that to Gopikas, Mother Yashoda, he could show that. Only enemies will not see them. So the women who are dear to him will have always the visibility of this conch and Sudarshana Chakra and so on. And how do we know? Here nAchchiyAr is talking, who is a very dear consort of Bhagavan. So she is seeing the conch and chakra and all that. So that is his greatness. And also another reason shown, when they are set out to, they here means the Gopikas or devotees. When they set out to enjoy Bhagavan, who is having divine dark complexion, they will see this conch, which is in white color, which is a contrast. Sometimes we have this contrast. Sometimes in temple, Perumal will be decorated, Bhagavan will be decorated with some green robes on the under the waist, and then on top there will be like a silk vastram in golden color or red color. They are all contrast, green and red, dark blue and red, and so on, or white and black. These are all contrasts. They have a special appeal. They have a special look. So here, Bhagavan is dark in color and conch is white in color. So it's a very nice contrasting color combination. So that's what they want to enjoy. So hence they are enjoying and they are talking to Sri Panchajanya. They means here nAchchiyAr and her Gopika friends, because nAchchiyAr is in the Gopika form mood only. So in this manner, there is a lot of reasons are shown. That also many pramanams are shown for conch being white, very white. Tamugakkum tam kayil sangame polavo, vellai vilisangi idangayil konta vimalan. Here pasurams are quoted that vellai vilisangi, very whitish conch. Then palanna vannathu unpanja sanyame. This is very well known. Tirupavai Malay Manivanna. In that pasuram, palanna vannathu unpanja sanyame. So the Panchajanyam is having the complexion of milk, that pure white is there. So in this manner, all of these specialities are there. And also Andal nAchchiyAr is also desiring to enjoy Bhagavan's lips. So she is going and asking Sri Panchajanyalvan to explain about his experience of divine lips of Bhagavan. Now, also, when Panchajanyalvan talks for Andal nAchchiyAr, it will be pleasing as if Krishna himself is talking, because Krishna and Panchajanya are so close to each other, and Krishna always blow his conch. So whenever the Panchajanya's sound is heard, it is like Krishna himself speaking. So that is the intent. That is why Andal nAchchiyAr is asking Sri Panchajanya throughout this Padigam, this decade, about the nature of Bhagavan's divine lips and divine mouth and divine saliva and all of that. Everything is divine with Bhagavan. See, in materialistic concept also, if a man likes a woman, then naturally whatever related to that woman he will like, even her sweat, even her improper attires, clothes, or anything, even her physical appearance. If even if it is not up to standards, still he will like it. Similarly, anything related to Bhagavan, our Alvars and Andal, nAchchiyAr, Acharyas, they all like any aspect. So here, this Panchajanya Alvan is also greatly desired by Andal nAchchiyAr, and she is conversing with Panchajanya Alvan. First பாசுரம், கருப்பூரம் நாருமோ கமலப்பூ நாருமோ திருப்பவளச் செவ்வாய்தான் தித்தித்திருக்குமோ மறுபொசித்த மாதவந்தன் வாய்ச்சுவையும் நாற்றமும் விருப்புற்று கேட்கின்றேன் சொல்ல ஆழி வெண்சங்கே. Andal nAchchiyAr is saying, I am very eagerly asking you, oh white conch, please tell me, kindly tell me. So that is the theme of the first Pasuram. And here Periyvachan is highlighting in the introduction for the Pasuram, because you are always enjoying the divine lips of Bhagavan, you know what it smells like, what it tastes like. So please, you should be able to tell me, kindly tell me. That is what Andal nAchchiyAr is asking. Adi Venshange. Adi means very grave. Grave means very profound or deep. Whitish Sri Panchajanya Alvan, who is very deep, profound. Marupasita Madhavanthan. This Kolayapida Yanai, the elephant, Krishna broke its tusk. Such Krishna's, why? The divine lips there. Suvayum, the taste. First she is asking about the taste here. Actually in the Pausaram, she is first asking about the smell and then she is asking about the taste. But while explaining, Periyvachan is showing the taste first. This divine lips, Suvayum, the taste, Natramum, and then the fragrance, smell. Viruputtu, Asayode, that is with eagerness, with desire. Ketkindrain, I am asking you. Even in Periyalvar Thirumozhi, we saw in a few places that everything from Bhagavan is enjoyable. Even when he is dripping from his genitals, even that is enjoyable. To observe that, it's pure bliss only for devotees. Everything related to Bhagavan is beautiful. So I am eagerly asking you, Tirupavada Chevvaidan, that Bhagavan's divine coral-like, beautiful coral-like reddish lips. So the lips look like coral, very reddish in color. Those divine lips, karuppUram, like camphor. KaruppUram is this special type of camphor which is added in water, in tirtham. nARumO, is it having that smell, or kamalapu, like lotus flower, nARumO, will that fragrance be observed? Titittirukumo, will it have sweet taste? Will his lips taste very sweet? Sol, please tell me how they are, asks nAchchiyAr in the first pasanam. The commentary is very elaborate. We will not be able to go through all of the commentary, but we will see some important aspects. Bhagavan is said to be, it is actually shown in the commentary, Sarva Rasaha, Sarva Gandhaha. Sarva Rasaha means the origin, Bhagavan's divine form is the origin for all taste. And Bhagavan's divine form is the origin for all smells. That is Sarva Gandhaha. All good fragrance originate from Bhagavan only. So that aspect is what is being enjoyed by nAchchiyAr here. That is first pasanam. Next, second pasanam. கடலில் பிறந்து கருதாது பஞ்சசனன் உடலில் வளர்ந்து போய் ஊழியான் கைத்தல திடரில் குடியேறி தீ அசுரர் நடலை படம் முழங்கும் தோற்றத்தாய் நற்செங்கே. In the second pasanam, nAchchiyAr is identifying the great fortune of Sri Panchajanya. Panchajanya was born in the ocean because it's a shell. It's born in ocean, and then a demon named Panchasana, he consumed it and it grew in his body. He took it and it grew in his body. And then finally, Bhagavan killed that Panchasana and took the conch, took the shell, and then he kept it on his hand. So that is explained here. Now one question we may get is, isn't Sri Panchajanya a permanent entity on the hands of Bhagavan, on the divine hand of Bhagavan? Is he not a Nitya Suri? That question may arise for us, because if it is coming from an ocean, then how can it be said to be eternal? For that, our Acharyas have explained that this is only a Leela. Panchajanya is always with Bhagavan only. In this particular Leela, the conch comes from the body of Panchasana. So that is an important aspect to be understood. Let us see the meanings. Continue with the meanings. Nal Sange, oh beautiful conch, you, Kadalil, in the ocean, Pirandu, you are born in the ocean. From there, Panchasanin Udalil Poi Valandu, you entered into the body of Panchasana. This Panchasana is a demon, and you entered in there and you were nurtured in that body. Karudadu. But subsequently, you didn't think about the ocean where you were born and the body of Panchasana without having any relevance for them. You didn't think about them. Udiyan. And what did you do? You went into Bhagavan's Kaitalam Tidaril, on the high platform of Bhagavan's divine hand, left hand. In that high place, Kudiyeri, you entered. It is like moving in. We sometimes have to move from one place to another. We have to pack everything and then we have to go there. Similarly, Panchajanya Alvan had moved into Bhagavan's divine hand. And not only that, Thiya Asurar, the very evil demons, Nadalai Pada, to make them suffer, Mudangum Thotrathai. You have this appearance, this greatness, where you can make this huge sound when you are blown, and that will cause torment for the demons, says nAchchiyAr in the second pasanam. Here, very nice incident is shown. Kadalil Pirandu. See, the Panchajanya did not consider its birthplace. He did not give importance to that birthplace. An incident is shown in our Purvacharyas. nAchchiyAr, who was originally known as Madhavacharya, and he was a great scholar. Parashara Bhattar goes and defeats him. He is from different Siddhantam. So Parashara Bhattar goes and defeats that Madhavacharya, and that Madhavacharya eventually doesn't like his place of stay, and he wants to come and be with Acharya, nAchchiyAr, Parashara Bhattar. So what he does is he goes and takes sannyasa ashramam. He accepts sannyasa ashramam. He gives up all his family and wealth and all that, and he takes up sannyasa ashramam, becomes a mendicant. Now, seeing that, and he is going towards Srirangam to see Parashara Bhattar, to be with Parashara Bhattar. At that time, Anantalvan is the disciple of Arulala Perumal Embemanar, and ultimately Bhagavad Ramanuja's mercy fell upon that Anantalvan, and Bhagavad Ramanuja ordered Anantalvan to remain in Tirumala and perform Pushpa Kankaryam for Bhagavan. So that Anantalvan, he is a senior for Parashara Bhattar and also obviously for nAchchiyAr. And when he sees nAchchiyAr in this manner as a sannyasi, he is asking, why did you have to give up all of this? The context here is Panchajanyam gave up everything and came to Bhagavan's hand. So similar incident is explained here. Why did you have to give up everything? If you just decorate yourself with flowers, you enjoy betel nuts, and you do all of this, and you apply sandalwood paste, but one thing is you have to remain that Bhagavan is the protector, Rakshaka. No other protector is there. And if you did all of that, will they push you down from Paramapadam? Will they not accept you? Why did you do this sannyasa ashramam so urgently? And they all, those who were there, became upset that nAchchiyAr had done that, and hearing Anantalvan's words, they became very perturbed. Why is he doing like this? Perplexed. At that time, Anantalvan says, you be born in Tirumantram and always be nurtured by Dvaya Mahamantram and always remain with the full niftai on Dvaya Mahamantram, says Anantalvan to nAchchiyAr. And this way you can be always in bliss, says Anantalvan. So in Tirumantram, Swarupa Jnanam is explained. That is, Makara Vachya Jivatma is eternal servitor, exclusive servitor for Akara Vachya Bhagavan. So having this Swarupa Jnanam, pursuing Dvayam, which is showing what is the Upayam. Bhagavan is the Upayam. We have to surrender to Bhagavan only and wait for his prasadam. So this should be done. One should be born in Tirumantram, that is Swarupa Jnanam should be there, and one should be engaged in Kankaryam, service to Bhagavan, Bhagavatas, and so on. Instead of doing that, you have taken sannyasam, says Anantalvan. But still, nAchchiyAr did not give up sannyasam. He went and continued to serve Acharya in the best way. But still, this incident is shown here in this pasuram. Next, third pasuram. Tadavarayin meede Shararkala Chandran. இடைவாவில் வந்து எழுந்தாலே போல் நீயும் வடமதுரையார் மன்னன் வாசுதேவன் கையில் குடியேறி வீற்றிருந்தாய் போல பெருஞ்சங்கே. Here, the Panchajanyam is glorified again. You are mercifully residing on the divine hands of Vasudeva, who is the king of Vadamathura, that is northern Mathura. Kolam Peruchange. Oh, beautiful big conch. Sharakala Chandram. In the Sharad Kalam, that is winter season, like the moon in that time, உவாயிடையில் on the பௌர்ணமி day, தடவரையின் மீது வந்து எழுந்தால் போல், just as it came out from the huge Udayagiri. Udayagiri is the place where sun and moon appears from. So as it came there, Vadamaduriyar Mannan Vasudevan Kayil, you also are seen to be shining on the divine hand of Vasudeva, who is the king of Vadamudurai. So on the divine hands of Krishna, Niyum Kudiyeri, you also moved there and remained there. Vitirindai, you manifested all your greatness and you are seated there. So Panchajanya sitting on the divine left hand of Bhagavan is greatly glorified here. Next Pasuram, fourth Pasuram, Chandira Mandalam Pol, Damodaran Kayil, Andaram Ondindri, Eri Avan Sevil, Mandiran Kolvaye Polum, Valamburiye, Indiranumunodu, Salvati Kelane. Next Pasuram, Valamburiye. This Panchajanya is a right side carved conch. It is which is very rare to find. Valamburiye. Oh, the conch which is curved on the right hand side. Damodaran Kayil, on the divine hand of Krishna. That is Damodara. Damodara means one who was tied down by Yashoda Pirati on the waist. So Damodaran Kayil, on the divine hands of Krishna, Chandra Mandalam pole, like Chandra Mandalam, like the orbit of Chandra, how shining it is. Like that, Andaram Ondri, Indri Eri, you are remaining there without any break. Krishna is never keeping you down. He is always holding on to you. So, without any gap or break, Avan Seviyil, on his divine ears, Mandiram Kolvai Polum, as if you are reciting some mantra into the hand of Bhagavan. See, the way conch is present, it is like this. Bhagavan is keeping this. And the conch will be facing like this. At that time, it appears like it is always talking about some secrets, some confidential matters with Bhagavan. Indiranum, one who is having great fame due to the wealth is having, on the matter of wealth, Unnodi Elan will not be a match for you, says nAchchiyAr in this Pasuram. In this Pasuram, one important aspect is very nicely explained by Periyavachan Pillai. Indiran could mean Bhagavan also. Indiran could mean the owner of Swargam also, the Lord of Swargam also. That is also known as Indiran. And Bhagavan is also known as Indiran. So here, Indiranu Unnodu Salvati Kelane means, it can be said as even Indra, the leader of Swargalokam, he will not be able to match your wealth, which is, your wealth is Kankariya wealth. Bhagavan's wealth is Swatantriyam, your wealth is Paratantriyam. So, even Bhagavan cannot compete with you. That is what is implied here. Indiran means, one explanation is Indra means other Devata. That is the Swarga, Lord of Swargam. But Indiran also means Iti Paramaishwaryam, that is one who is having the ultimate wealth. So that is Bhagavan himself. Because nAchchiyAr is Periyalvar's divine daughter, Periyalvar being Parama Vaidika, he would always explain that the words such as Indra, Prana, Mangala, Shiva, Rudra, Shambho, all of these, they point to Bhagavan only in literal sense, because everything is pointing to Bhagavan only. Because nAchchiyAr is the divine daughter of Periyalvar, she understands that Indira here doesn't mean that she is implying that Indira means Bhagavan only, not Indra. So there is a difference here. So that is explained. And also the Bhagavan Swatantriya Lakshmi, that is the wealth of independence will be subdued by your Paratantriya Lakshmi, that is your wealth of Paratantriyam, total obedience towards Bhagavan. Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampannaha is a very famous term, and that is quoted here. That is, this is eternal wealth, wealth of Kainkariam, that is present in the conch only. So that is what is shown here by nAchchiyAr in the fourth pasuram. Next, fifth pasuram. உன்னோடுடனே ஒரு கடலில் வாழ்வாரை இன்னார் இணையார் என்று எண்ணுவார் இல்லை கான் மன்னாகி நின்ன மதுசூதன் வாயமுதம் பன்னாளும் உண்கின்னாய் பாஞ்சசன்னியமே. Here Panchajanya is compared to other objects which are seen in the ocean. nAchchiyAr is saying they are not even named. There are countless objects in the ocean, they are not even known. But you have great fame. That is because you are always enjoying the nectar of Bhagavan's divine lips. So that aspect is glorified here in this pasuram. Panchasanniyame. Oh, conch, ஒரு கடலில், in the same ocean, உன்னோடுடனே, with you, வாழ்வாரை. There are so many who are living there along with you. இன்னார் இணையார் என்று எண்ணுவார் இல்லை கான். They are not even known by anybody. Nobody knows. Nobody respects them in any way. But you alone, mannagi nindra, you being, that is, she is going to explain Krishna now. Mannagi nindra, that is Bhagavan, who is swAmy, who is the Lord of all. Madhusudan, he is Krishna. So such Bhagavan, that is Krishna's Vayamudam, the divine nectar from the divine mouth, Palnalum, for many days, Unginra, you are enjoying, says nAchchiyAr, and that's the reason for highlighting this is how fortunate Panchajanya Alvan is to highlight that this aspect is explained. That is fifth pasuram. Next, sixth pasuram. போய் தீர்த்தம் ஆடாதே நின்ன புனர்மருதம் சாய்த்தீர்த்தான் கைத்தலத்தை ஏறி குடிகொண்டு செய்தீர்த்தமாய் நின்ற செங்கன்மால் தன்னுடைய வாய்த்தீர்த்தம் பாய்ந்தாட வல்லாய் வலம்புரியே. In this pasuram, again Panchajanya is glorified that you are enjoying Bhagavan's divine nectar. Valamburiye, oh, conch which is curved on the right side. Poi, going too far. Tirtham, in the holy rivers such as Ganga. Adade, instead of taking all these troubles of trying to find out a holy river and taking bath there, instead of having to do all of that, Nindra, Narada Shapa, that is the Maruda tree, which is a twin tree. Two personalities were cursed by Narada Bhagavan, and because of that they are standing as this two Maruda trees. Those trees were knocked down by Krishna when he was crawling on the ground. He ran into this two twin trees and he pulled them down. So such Krishna's Kaitalateri, you are climbing on that Krishna's divine hands, Kudigondu, remaining there permanently, eternally present there, Say Tirtham Ainendra, being the ultimate Tirtham in this world. Sem Kanmal Tanudaya, the divine Pundarikaksha, such Bhagavan's Vaitirtham, the water or the saliva which is in Bhagavan's divine lips, Paindu, you should jump in and Adavallai. You should have that fortune of getting immersed in this Bhagavan's divine lips and the nectar flowing from there. So that is sixth pasuram. Here it is shown in the commentary that when Devaki and Vasudeva prayed that Krishna hide his Shankha and Chakra and all of that, after that Vasudeva took the baby Krishna to Gokulam and he left there. And he was growing, he was being nurtured there. But the Panchajanyam thinks, because I hid myself for some time, for few days, all of these evil things are happening for Bhagavan. So I will never leave Bhagavan. And in this manner, the Panchajanyam is constantly remaining with Bhagavan's divine hand. So that is shown. And also here, Tirtha, this Tirtha, the name Tirtha, that itself means Bhagavan who is pure. Tirthan உலகளந்த சேவடி மேல் பூந்தாமம் சேர்த்தியவையே சிவன் முடி மேல் தான் கண்டு. That Pasuram also Nammalwar is saying Tirthan for Bhagavan. Tirtha means one who is pure. So one who is pure, who is remaining there. Such Bhagavan's hands and remaining in those hands, Panchajanyam is enjoying the beautiful lips and the saliva inside that lips. So that is explained in this Pasuram. Next, 7th Pasuram. செங்கமல நாள்மலர் மேல் தேனுகரும் அன்னம் போல் செங்கன் கருமேனி வாசுதேவனுடைய அங்கை தலைமேறி அன்னவசம் செய்யும் சங்கரையா உன் செல்வம் சால அழகியதே. In this Pasuram, nAchchiyAr is saying, your wealth is great. You have a great wealth, beautiful wealth, which is always to remain on the hands of Bhagavan and always resting on his divine hand. What a great fortune. This fortune is better than all other wealth, says nAchchiyAr. Nal, one which is blossomed just now. Senkamalam malar mel, on the reddish flower, lotus flower, padindu, the beetles, they are all, the honeybees are bringing and coming and taking the honey from the flower. Similarly, the swans also come and suck the honey out of it. So similar to that, so here swan is white in color, lotus flower is reddish in color. Similarly, Bhagavan's divine lips are reddish in color. This Panchajanyam is whitish in color. So Panchajanyam coming and contacting the divine lips appear like the swans which are drinking from the reddish lotus flower. Semkan Karimeni Vasudevanuடைய, one who is having reddish divine eyes and dark complexion, bodily complexion. Such Krishnas, Kaitalameri, climbing on the beautiful place on his divine hand. Annavasam Seyyum, oh, one who is always reclining and mercifully resting. Sangaraya, oh, one who is best among the conscious. Oh, Panchajanya. Un selvam, your wealth, Sala, Migavum Adagiyadu. Your wealth is very, very beautiful, says nAchchiyAr in this Pasuram. What is the wealth here? Always climbing on Bhagavan's divine hand and remaining there and resting there. If one has a resting place like Krishna's hand, how great it will be. That is how great it is for this Panchajanya. So that is explained in this Pasuram. Here, Shankaraya means the king of conscious. This is similar to how Sri Rama called and crowned Sugriva Maharaja. At that time, the Rishi told Vanara Rajena, even before Bhagavan crowning the Sugriva Maharaja. So similarly here, this Shankha is known as Shankaraya. Shankaraya means, Araya means king. So king of all the conscious, says ஆண்டாள் நாச்சியார் in this பாசுரம். நெக்ஸ்ட் 8th பாசுரம். உண்பது சொல்லில் உலகளந்தான் வாயமுதம் கண்படை கொள்ளில் கடல் வண்ணன் கைத்தலத்தே பெண்படையார் உண்மேல் பெரும்பூசல் சாற்றுகின்றார் பண்பல பண்பல செய்கின்றாய் பாஞ்சசனியமே. Here Andal Nachiyar is giving huge complaint against Panchajanya. She is saying, Panchajanya, oh Panchajanya, unbadu sollil. If we speak about what you eat, Ulagalandan Vayamudam, you are always eating Bhagavan who measured the three worlds, his nectar, his saliva from his divine lips. That is, whenever Bhagavan blows his conch, Panchajanya, the saliva will go in there, right? So that is explained here. So that is what the Panchajanyam's food is, Bhagavan's divine saliva and nectar. Kanpadai kollil. So where are you sleeping? That is Kadalvannan Kaithalate. So he is sleeping on the divine hands of Bhagavan who is in this complexion of the ocean. So in this manner, for Panchajanya, eating and sleeping all finishes with Bhagavan himself. So if he wants to eat something, he eats from Bhagavan's lips. And if he wants to rest, he rests on his divine hand. What a great fortune. So that is explained here. Penpadayar, all the women folk, all the divine consorts of Bhagavan, the Gopikas, the girls who liked Bhagavan, all of them, unmail, on you, perumbusal saatrugindraar. They are causing great shouting. They are all shouting a lot. That is because this Panchajanya is taking all our life, because they also depend on Bhagavan's embrace, Bhagavan's divine lips and so on, all the divine consorts of Bhagavan. But here, Panchajanya is always enjoying. So they are saying, Panbu ala seigindra, you are not doing according to dharma. You are doing something wrong, says Andal Nachiyar in this paasuram. Next, 9th பாசுரம். 16ஆம் ஆயிரவர் தேவிமார் பார்த்திருப்ப மதுவாயில் கொண்டார் போல் மாதவந்தன் வாயமுதம் பொதுவாக உண்பதனை புக்கினி உண்டக்கால் சிதையாரோ உன்னோடு செல்வ பெருஞ்செங்கே. Andal Nachiyar is asking, will the girls not fight with you? This Bhagavan's divine nectar is common for all, but you are always exclusively enjoying it. Why is that? We are all waiting, you are enjoying. So that is the question asked by Andal Nachiyar to the Panchajanya conch. Perunselvam Sanghe, oh Shankar, which has great wealth. 16ஆம் ஆயிரவர் தேவிமார், 16,000 dear consorts of Bhagavan. Actually, to be precise, 16,108. 8 consorts he married on his own will at different times, but 16,100 women came from Narakasura's prison. He had imprisoned all of them. So they all requested Krishna's acceptance. So he accepted all of them and they become his divine consorts. So 16ஆம் ஆயிரவர் தேவிமார், those divine consorts, பார்த்திருப்ப, as they are waiting for Krishna's divine nectar, as they were waiting and they are eager and they are expecting it. பொதுவாக உண்பது மாதவந்தன் வாயமுதத்தை. In this manner, when Bhagavan's devotees, all of them should have gathered together and enjoyed Bhagavan's this divine nectar, Nipukku, you individually have gone in and encroached fully. Madhu vayil kondar pol undakal, just as one would drink all the honey oneself, Here unnodu sidayaro, will all the um, divine consorts of Bhagavan, will they not come to fight with you? Because you are drinking all of that, says under nAchchiyAr in this Pasuram. Here, Selva Perinjenge, it is said that this Bhagavan's Panchajanyam is very wealthy and huge. So here, under nAchchiyAr is telling, even for Bhagavan's Aishwaryam wealth, we are all the reason, because Bhagavan being with us, only he gets his Aishwaryam. But even that has become subdued when we look at your Aishwaryam, your wealth of Kainkaryam, says under nAchchiyAr in this Pasuram. Finally, 10th Pasuram, Palashruti. பாஞ்சஜன்யத்தை பற்பனாவனோடும் வாய்ந்த பெருஞ்சுற்றம் ஆக்கிய ஒன் புதுவை ஏய்ந்த புகழ் பற்றவிரான் கோதை தமிழ் ஈரைந்தும் ஆய்ந்தேத்த வல்லார் அவரும் அணுக்கரே. பாஞ்சஜன்யத்தை, this shankam, this panchajanyam, பற்பனாவனோடும், with Bhagavan, with Sriman Narayana, வாய்ந்த பெருஞ்சுற்றம் ஆக்கிய, she made it possible that we all understand what kind of relationship Kanch has with Bhagavan. Very close relationship. So, one who made that, because by singing about Panchajanyam, she gave that great glory to Panchajanyam for being with Bhagavan. So, one who did that under nAchchiyAr. One Puduvai, for the beautiful Srivilibuttur, for the one who was incarnated in this Srivilibuttur Dividesham, Yeinda Pugal, one who is having complete fame, Patrabiran Kodai, one who is having the fortune of being the daughter of Periyalvar. So, spoken by such Andal, Tamil Ireindum, in these 10 Pasurams of this Padiham, ஆய்ந்து, analyzed and meditated upon, ஏத்த வல்லார் அவரும், those who can glorify Bhagavan, Anukar, they will also become very confidential Antaranga devotee, just like me, says under nAchchiyAr as the Palashruti. So those who recite these 10 Pasurams with commitment and become an expert in these 10 Pasurams, they will become similar to under nAchchiyAr in becoming a very close, confident devotee of Bhagavan. So that is the greatness of engaging in these Pasurams. With this, we will stop today and we'll continue on in the next session. Andal Thiruvadigalai Sharanam, Alvar Thiruvadigalai Sharanam, Embermanar Thiruvadigalai Sharanam, Periyavachan Pillai Thiruvadigalai Sharanam, Jiyar Thiruvadigalai Sharanam, Jiyar Thiruvadigalai Sharanam. பல்லாண்டு பல்லாண்டு பல்லாயிரத்தாண்டு பல கோடி நூறாயிரம் மல்லாண்டு தின்றவன் மணிவண்ணா உன் சேவடி செவதிரு காப்பு அடியோமோடும் நோடும் திருவிண்ணி ஆயிரம் பல்லாண்டு வடிவாயினின் வளமார்பினில் வாழ்கின்ற மங்கையும் பல்லாண்டு வடிவார் சோதி வளத்துறையும் சுடர் ஆழியும் பல்லாண்டு படைபோர் புக்குமுழங்கும் அப்பாஞ்ச சன்னியமும் பல்லாண்டு.